Another Crafty Sausage video, and today I am going to be showing you how to build these 3 houses. Now you can see here we have a small, a medium, and then a large house here, and I made sure to have all of the blocks so that way if you're doing this in survival mode, you know exactly how many blocks you're going to need. We are not going to be doing an interior in them. Okay, so let's get started. So for the small house, these are all the materials you are going to need. If you want a longer look at them, you can go ahead and pause the video. Now the first thing we're going to start with is a 3, well technically it's a 5 by 5 by 5, going the whole way along, 3 blocks in the center. And then we're building up 1, 2, 3, 4 logs, which this can be really any block you want. You could replace these with, but I would recommend sticking with wood, but you could replace this with birch wood or any kind of wood you want. Anyway, we're building up 4 pillars 3 blocks away, 4 blocks high, just like this. And then you should just have this, pretty simple. And then the next thing, we're going to place 2 blocks on either side, wherever you want the front of your house to be, where the door is. And you're going to build that up, another 2 blocks, and then put a block over that. So that makes your doorway. Then you want to turn for your windows. Now these 2 sides, you're gonna go 3 across, 2 up on either side, and then place 1 on top. Now we're going to do the exact same thing over here, 3 on the bottom, place 1 on either side, leave a gap here, place 3 on the top. Now this back one is actually going to be a little bit different. It's going to be 3, 2 on the side, 2 on the side, and we're going to leave that space there. Because if we actually go around and look, that window is actually a bit taller. You can see I made the windows a bit taller where the roof doesn't come down, because personally I like taller windows, but they don't really look right when they're like right against the roof. Anyway, so then you want to place 3 logs going along top of all of those, just like this. And then you should have something that looks like this, with the 2 block window in the back. Pretty simple. Okay, so let's see here. Next thing is, let's get the floor down. So basically just break the floor, whatever it is. It should be 9 blocks, and then the 1 block under the door. Then after that, you can get logs and some glass. Place on the top where the door is, 2 blocks on either side of this here, leaving a gap in the center. And then 2 more blocks, once again leaving a gap in the center. Gonna place windows in between those, and then we're gonna place blocks of wood on top of those, just like that, right in the center. So that way you end up with a bit of a peaked sort of shape. Now, while we have the glass out, we can just put the rest of the windows in. Just this 2 blocks here, 1 block on either side. And then this is gonna be the door. So we're gonna grab a door here, and we're gonna put that on. So now you should have something that looks a bit like this. Now the next thing we're going to do is the roof. So we're going to do 5 blocks along the whole length of it. Then we're going to place another block hanging out, and then we're going to do an upside down one, and then we're going to do a right side up one, then an upside down one, then a right side up one, and then we're going to place an upside down facing out one like that in the center. And then we're going to repeat that on this side as well. So right side up, upside down, right side up, upside down, oop, not that way, upside down, all the way up to the top. So you get something that looks a bit like this. And then you want to repeat that same thing on the back as well. just like this. Okay, now you should have something that looks like this, with the outside of the roof sort of framed out. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is grab our stairs and just place them 5 blocks, 5 blocks. Basically just fill in the space, but leave a gap right here in the center for the slabs. Then we're going to get stone slabs and wood slabs. And we're going to place it on either side, just like that with the stone ones, like cobblestone ones. Then we're going to place 5 blocks of the wood or whatever you're using in the center. So that is pretty much this house done. We just need to add torch on either side with this of the log here, and then same blocks just on the inside for the inside. There we go. We have our small house. Now, let's move on to the medium house. You can see this one's a bit bigger. You might be able to put a loft in this one actually, depending on how you decorate it. So these are the blocks you're going to need. Pretty much the same stuff as the last one, just a bit more. You can pause the video here if you want to take a longer look at that. And we are going to get started. So you're going to want to place a block here, 3 blocks, a block, 3 blocks, a block. So we should have 3 logs, and we're going to go 3 blocks back, and then you should have a grid of 3 blocks just like this in a line. Now you want to place 3 more blocks on top of that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In total you should have a 4 block high pillar, and you should have 6 of them. Should look like that. Now the next thing, we're going to start building the walls. Now you can sort of pick which side you want the door on. It doesn't really matter that much. So I'm going to pick this side because that's sort of where I have the other one over there, the example house. So we're going to go same thing as that one, 2 blocks either side, leaving a gap in the middle. Build that up another 2 blocks, and then place one over the top like that to get the door shape. Go 3 blocks, and then this one is going to be up 2 blocks on either side, and then have a block right in the middle just like that. Now these back ones are going to be a bit different. They're going to be 3 blocks along the bottom, 2 blocks up, and there's not going to be one in the center. We have a 2 block tall window here. Same thing over here, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. Skip the block up at the top. And then over here, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. Then we're going to put the block up on the top of this one. So that way these 2 windows match, and then these 2 windows match. And then this front one's going to be 3, 2, and 2. So this one's going to match the other 2 in the back. So you should have something that looks a lot like this. Now the next thing we're going to do is along these 3 block spaces, we're just going to connect all of our logs up, even the center one, just like this. We're going to connect the center one up as well. And then we're going to connect them 3 blocks the whole way around, just like that. Now the next thing is we are going to place our floor. So it should be just the 9 blocks, 9 blocks, and then 3 in the center, and then the one under the door. So it should look like that. You should have a log, 3 blocks, a log, 3 blocks, a log, and then going back, a log, 3 blocks, and then a log. And then it should be 4 blocks high in total. Now let's start working on the roof. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's get this done first. So we're going to place 2 blocks right on top of the door, either side. And then we're going to go right beside it and do that same thing. And then we're going to turn around Do that same thing on the back of the house, leaving a gap in the center. So it should look like that. And then we're going to place a window and then, oop, not there, a block on top like that. So that way we get a little peaked roof shape. And then we'll do that again on all of these. Oop, not with cobblestone. There we go. Now we're going to start with the roof. So you can grab your cobblestone stairs or whatever stairs you're using. 5 blocks along the side. Build out 1 block. Upside down stair, right side up stair, upside down stair, right side up stair going the whole way up. And then this one is going to be an upside down facing out stair. It's not going to be like this, it's going to be against the house. And then we are going to stop right there and do that on the back of the house. So once again, sticking out 1, upside down stair, right side up stair, upside down stair, I'm running into the tree, right side up stair. I'm gonna have to break the tree a little bit. Sorry tree, it'll be okay. There we go. So you should have something that looks a bit like this, just like not even half of the roof. And then we're gonna repeat what we just did over there on this side of the roof. We're gonna hang it over and then just build it up the whole way. Okay, now you should have something that looks a lot like this, with 2, whatever, 1/4 roofs on either side. And now the next thing we are going to do is place on the side one here, one facing like that. Then we're going to do an upside down one, and then we're actually going to stop right there. Then we're going to do that same thing on all 4. We're going to do the right side up, upside down one. And this is all going to be hanging over the side of the house by 1 block. The whole way along, just like that. Now we are going to fill in this weird space right here. So what we're going to need for that is cobblestone block here in between these 2 stairs and here. And then we're going to need a cobblestone slab underneath both of those, which I can get back here from the tree. So that way it looks like that. So that way these 2 rows are connected. And then we're going to place 4 cobblestone or whatever material you're using slabs on the very top of the roof to make it a bit more pointed. And now the next thing I'm going to do, right along the center log right here, we're going to place 5 blocks of wood. And then we are going to fill in the roof, 5 blocks, skip this spot here in the center, 5 blocks. There should only be 1 step down in the center. Also, if you hear any annoying buzzing, it's from these guys over here. Another 5 blocks. So then you should have something that looks like that. And then we can grab the slabs. And then 5 blocks right along the top, covering up that hole. And we still need to fill in the windows here. So we're just going to fill in all of our window spots. This 2 spot here in the front. Not this one. This one's going to be for our door. This 1 spot here, the 2 spots in the back. This 1 spot here, and then this one in the front. And then we're going to add our door. And it should look something like this. Now, the next thing is we're going to need our torches. Place them on the outside, sort of above on those beams up there. Then we're going to go around, do that on the back as well. And then we're going to go inside. Place them on either side and the inside as well. Okay, that is our medium difficulty house done. Now, on to the large house. This one is the first one that actually has more than 1 room. Well, You could split this one into a couple of rooms and you could probably have like a loft and stuff. But anyways, this is the first one that has some like actual like nice rooms built into it. So when you walk in, you know, you have a nice space here. This area going up the ladder, and you have these two little small areas over on either side. And then you could probably put a loft up there at the top if you wanted to as well. So this is all the stuff you'll need if you want to build this one. It's pretty interesting how that worked out perfectly, exactly 2 stacks of oak planks. You can pause it if you need more time. Anyway, let's get started. So we're going to start with going up by 4 blocks. Then we're going to go 3 blocks over, 4 blocks up, 3 blocks over, 4 blocks up, 3 blocks over, 4 blocks up. So you should have 4 pillars going up, and then you want to go 3 blocks back, 4 blocks up, 3 blocks over, 4 blocks up, 3 blocks over, 4 blocks up, 3 blocks over, and 4 blocks up. Now you should have 8 pillars sticking up 3 blocks apart from each other, and it should look like this. Oh, that one is not 4 blocks. Now it is. Okay. Next, we're going to need our wood or whatever material you're using. And in the center, wherever you want the front to be, you're going to place 2 blocks either side, build it up another 2 blocks. Should end up something like this, and then place a block over the top like that. And that is your door. Now the next part, as you can see, we have many different sizes of windows on this house. So this is going to be the 2 block high window, so it's going to be 3 blocks across, 2 blocks up on either side, and then it's just going to be left like that. Same thing on this side, 3 blocks across, 2 blocks up on either side, and just like that. Now the back is exactly the same, 3 blocks over, 2 blocks up on either side, even in front of the door. I guess you could put a back door in if you want, but this house doesn't have one. So we have 3 blocks over, 2 blocks up, 2 blocks up, and then you should have something that looks like this. Now these 2 windows on either side are going to be a bit different. These are going to be 3 blocks across, 2 blocks up, and then 1 block over the top, so that we have a 1 block window. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side, 3 blocks over, 2 blocks up, 1 block on the top. Okay, there we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is place wood across the top of all of this. They should all be 3 blocks apart, and just connect all of these beams up, just like this. And then we're also going to connect the 2 in the center here, just like that. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to do our floor. Now we're just going to fill in the whole floor. So it should be a 3 by 11 on the inside, and then the 1 block under the door. And now, next, we are going to build up the second floor part. So on the top, in the very center 4 pieces, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And we're going to do that for these 4 pillars in the center. 4, 4, there we go. And then, actually, let's take our wood and just cover up the roof of all 3 of these little sections that we have on the top. Just like this. And then in the center, pick a block, either one of these blocks, and then just break it for where your ladder is going to go up. I guess you could also try to squeeze some stairs in there, but I think that'd be pretty tight. Okay, so these windows are actually different than the other windows we built so far. These ones are just going to be 3 blocks up on either side, and it's going to be a 3-block tall window. And that's going to be on the front and the back. And then the sides, we're just going to do 3 blocks up, except we're going to place one on the top, like that. 3 blocks up, one on the top, just like that. Then we're going to fill it in with our 3 block of wood on the top, just like this. Oop, missed that one. There we go. And you should have something that looks like this, like a very, very short upside down T sort of shape. And then next, we're going on either side of our, whatever you want to call this, second floor. And we're going to place 2 blocks just like this, a piece of glass, and then a block on top, oop, like that. And then we're going to do that on this side as well. The 2 blocks with the gap in the center, window, and then 2 blocks on the top. So that we should have like a peak sort of shape. And then we're going to do that same thing on the top, 2 blocks on the sides, window panes in the center, and then 1 block on the top. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so let's fill in all of our windows quick. So we're going to fill everything in except for this hole right here, which is the front door, which we can actually put a door on that. And these 2 holes on either side here. Those 2 holes are going to be for interior rooms. So we can fill up all the front ones, those little side ones, all the back ones. Make sure we leave that one open. Fill up this 3 tall one. Leave that one open. And then, oh, looks like I already filled that one in. Okay. So next, we're going to focus on the roof a little bit. So we're going to go on a side. And we're going to place 5 blocks the whole length of the house. And then we're going to place another block sticking out. Then we're going to upside down stair, right side up stair, upside down stair, right side up stair, going the whole way up. Then we're going to place an upside down stair sort of fit on this block here, not on this block. So it should look like this. Then we're going to repeat that on this side, stick it out by 1 block, upside down, right side up, upside down, right side up, and then the one that's sort of facing away from the house, like that. And then we're going to repeat that on this side. Okay, there we go. Now we have that sort of 1/4 of the roof, or I guess 1/2 of this section of the roof finished. So it should look pretty weird right now, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place right side up, upside down, right side up, upside down, right side up. And it should be even with this side over here. And we can do that on the same side over here, on the front of the house, just like this. Now there should be 1 block space right in the center of the house. And then there should be 2 roofs on either side, just like that. Now we just have to repeat that on the back as well, and it should look exactly the same. Okay, there we go. Should look like that. And now all we need to do is the framing of this roof up here, and then fill in the roofs for this part. Now actually, we are going to do these 2 roofs here on this side, fill those in before we do this roof up here, which I can explain why in just a minute here. So we're going to fill up these 5 blocks here, another 5 blocks, go over the other side, fill up that same thing, 5 blocks, 5 blocks. Now this part in the center here is going to be a bit different. So this is going to be facing the house. We're going to place 1 block either side, 2 temporary blocks, and then we're going to place them facing this way, so that way they curve in towards the house, like that. We're going to place that on either side. Then we're going to leave that open, and we're going to put a slab across there. Now, we're going to do that the other side, 2 on either side, 2 temporary blocks either side of this little doorway here. Make the stairs face towards the house, sort of like that. Break those temporary blocks, and there we go. Okay, so now we can do this top roof frame. The reason I didn't want to do that before was because placing these stairs in here is actually, you have to break these stairs to get into there to place those stairs. And I did that when I was actually building this one, and, well, I learned. So anyway, 5 blocks, and then in the front, the hanging out by 1, right side up, upside down, right side up, upside down, right side up. We're going to place our one that's facing out away from the house. Then we're going to place another one off of it that's right side up. We're going to go upside down, right side up, upside down, right side up. Now we should end up on the other side, just like this. We're going to place 5 blocks over, and then we're going to repeat on the other side, going up and then back down. Just like this, going the whole way up, and then that one facing out, hanging over, upside down stair, right side up stair, upside down stair, right side up stair. Okay, so now we should end up with something like this, with very flat, weird looking roofs with holes in them. And then we're gonna fill up these 2 on the either side, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, and it should be 2 blocks, just like that. And then we're gonna have 3 holes in our roofs, and that's what we are going to fix with slabs. So on the front, we're gonna place 2 slabs on either one of these roofs, right in the center, and then 1 right on the very top. And then we're going to do that on the back as well, on the tip of each roof with the cobblestone. And then the top one, we're going to put slabs, wood slabs on top. Now the side ones are going to be a little bit different. They're going to be the same 5 blocks on the top, but then they're going to be 1 block over here where we put those bent stairs going against the house. So we're going to go 5 blocks and then that 1 block along there. So then we should have something that looks a lot like a house right now. Now the next thing is we're going to need torches and ladder. So let's do all the outside torches first. So we're going to place along these 3 spots of the beams, and then 1 up at the top. Going to go around the back and do that same thing. 3 along here under all the windows, under and over I guess, and then 1 at the top. Okay, now we're going to go inside. Now I picked this to be my hole for my ladder, so I'm just going to place 5 blocks up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 5 blocks of ladder. Or you could do like 3 and trapdoor, you could do 4, doesn't really matter that much, as long as you can get up. And then the next thing we're going to do is, okay, so it looks like I just placed torches on either side like this, and then 1 right over the door, just like that. And then in here, I believe I did 1, 2, just like that, up there at the top. And this one, 1, 2, right above the windows, in both of these little rooms here. Okay. Oh, and also, if you don't want these rooms to be here, you could always just sort of fill this up and then break this floor out, and then you can have a taller room down here at the bottom. Okay, well, that's all 3 of our houses done. I think that's about it for this video. If this is another Crafty Sausage video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe too while you're at it.